5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
Prosecutors say it is one of the worst cases of child sexual abuse they have ever seen. A Jefferson County man is accused of repeatedly raping a young child for 7 years. And police say more victims could be out there. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Ann Albrecht.
And I'm Brent Solomon. Kelly Jackson has the night off. Now at 6, 5 on your side's Annie Kroll has new information about this investigation, and we would like to warn you, some of the details are disturbing.
Police took Benjamin Sexton Jr. into custody Thursday, and prosecutors charged him with a series of horrific crimes that began in May of 2016. Investigators say over the next 7 years, he repeatedly raped and sexually abused a child in various locations. Amy Robbins is with the Child Advocacy Center in Wentzville and says it's actually more common to see child sex abuse in someone's home.
When perpetrators have an opportunity and they gain access to a victim, you see them access their workplaces, their vehicles, hotels, any of the places that are seen in this case as well.
Sexton faces a long list of charges, 9 counts of statutory rape, sodomy, child molestation, and endangering the welfare of a child. Prosecutors say Benjamin Sexton sexually assaulted the child across 7 years. A Drury Inn manager telling police that Sexton rented out 12 separate hotel rooms across various locations in Fenton, Arnold, and here in Valley Park. Prosecutors also say he sexually abused the child at a vacant home on this street in St. Louis County. He's also accused of sexually abusing the child in the back of a work van and a mobile home park where they both lived. Police also say the child's hair tested positive for methamphetamine, and they believe Sexton gave the child the drugs.
That's the hard part because adults don't want to talk about this. You don't want to think about these horrible things happening to a child. But if we choose to be silent and we choose to not talk about it, that is what allows abuse to thrive, is that secrecy and that silence.
Reporting in Valley Park, Annie Kroll, 5 on your side.
Sexton is being held without bond tonight. Police say he was neighbors with the victim. They believe there could be more victims out there. So if you know anything about this, call Jefferson County Sheriff's Office at 636-797-5515.
Just a little more than a week until Christmas. Certainly doesn't even feel like December.
Not
it was another,
at all.
Yeah, beautiful spring day. Go outside, do some stuff.
But I'll tell you what, some rain might be moving in for the weekend. Let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Scott Connell, with the Weather First forecast.
It's definitely going to get wet here before the weekend is done, but we're talking tonight and into tomorrow, and it's not going to be a continuous rain for the entire weekend. Right now, we're still mild. Clouds are still rolling in. We had the bonus sunshine across the area today, which helped get us back into the lower 60s for highs. The rain's getting into western portions of Missouri. It'll get into central Missouri in the next few hours, and then overnight, it slides towards St. Louis. And our wettest time is most likely around St. Louis during the morning hours tomorrow. So rain arrives overnight. It's wet Saturday morning. It will become more scattered, that rain will, by Saturday afternoon. So not as widespread during the afternoon hours. And temperatures tomorrow will be a little bit cooler, only around 50 degrees. Now, this evening, we should be just fine. The chances for rain minimal. We think we're dry as the clouds continue to lower and thicken. So if you're heading to the Botanical Garden tonight to take in the lights or any other events outside, you should be in pretty good shape. More on the timing of this weekend's weather system when it moves out and when the cold air finally moves in.
Within the last hour, we've learned a judge has denied a bond reduction for 3 human trafficking suspects in St. Charles County. They are accused of beating a man and forcing him to work. Our Justina Cornell was in the courtroom today and has the latest. Justina.
Yeah, and so all 3 co-defendants were in that courtroom today with their attorneys. Now, defense attorneys say this narrative of a human trafficking case is inaccurate. However, prosecutors argue the victim's wounds tell another story.
He's not doing well. He's got a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old at home, and his wife is home, and there's nobody there to take care of this family.
Attorney William Goldstein represents Venkatesh Sadaru. Sadaru, along with Nikhil Penmatsa and Sabrin Penumecha, are charged with multiple felonies accused of human trafficking a 20-year-old Indian man in St. Charles County. That man is Sadaru's cousin.
He was doing work by way of paying my client back for everything that he had done for him.
Prosecutors say this victim was forced to work, brutally beaten, perform massages, and was only allowed to sleep for 3 hours each day on a concrete floor while being watched on a live stream.
How do you explain all the broken bones that he received that were in various stages of healing? How do you explain his back, his head, the bottom of his feet, his legs, looking like a road map because of the scarring tissue and stuff like that?
All three defense attorneys say they believe the 20-year-old is using this narrative as a victim.
You know, I think that the reality is that he wants to be here in the United States. He wants to be a citizen of the United States.
They said the victim had access to cars, phones, clothes, and food. Goldstein said the victim has had multiple car violations, and he admitted his client doesn't deny disciplining his cousin.
I do believe that happened. I believe that every time that he got in trouble, he had some proclivities that I'm not at liberty to talk about right now, but I believe there was some disciplining that went on.
Now both sides battle for their clients.
Presumed innocent, and it's the state's burden to prove all this beyond a reasonable doubt. And there's a lot that they're going to have to prove.
And these individuals, don't deserve bond. They don't deserve the opportunity to go back into society because they've lost that opportunity under these circumstances.
The prosecutor shared a statement from the victim who said, "I think it's a million times better to kill myself than see these guys again or see them released." Now, the next hearing is scheduled for January 11th.
Now, to developing story in South St. Louis. An 80-year-old man was rushed to the hospital in critical condition after a stray bullet flew into his home and hit him.
5 on your side's Robert Townsend has been on scene all afternoon for us. He joins us live now with the new information he's learning tonight. Robert.
Brent, and the innocent man was shot inside his home around 7:30 Thursday night. Now, the house where this happened is near the corner of Louisiana Avenue and Gasconade Street. That's in the heart of the Dutchtown neighborhood. Police tell us the 80-year-old man was standing in his kitchen when he suddenly felt pain in his right arm. He started bleeding and realized he had been shot. Now, according to a police source, the bullet actually came through the screened-in back porch and then through the back door of the house. The 80-year-old man was taken to a hospital in critical condition, stable condition as well. Right now, police tell us they are still looking for the person who actually fired the shot and trying to figure out why that happened. If you know anything about this, call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. We're live in Dutchtown. I'm Robert Townsend. 5 on your side.
A man is now in police custody after barricading himself inside of a Belleville home this morning. Police say they were called to the home near Frank Scott Parkway and Gatewood Court around 8:30 for reports of gunfire. A woman was shot in the leg and ran outside for help. That's when the man locked himself inside the home. After about an hour and a half, the man surrendered to police. Neighbors say the whole incident is unsettling.